Okay, Fambulem, a warm greetings. They come up from the then and now Empire. Me when broadcast to this evening, my name is Prince Emil Kroma. And as usual, the program that we can hold on this platform are very special programs with very special guests, almost, if not all of the time. And once more again today, the 13th of April, 2021, coming to you live from the then and now Empire. My name is Prince Kroma, and we guest a very special guest. We don't need much of an introduction, but just on the basis of convention, we will have to, because he's a well-known figure, especially so in the social media kind of space. So just before I go to my guest, the picture on my background, of course, we know say the Mamina Power today na birthday. And if you want, we use this special occasion for express with thanks and appreciation to all the one that we wish them a very, very happy birthday. Although the birthday is still in progress, I guess for left the small joy with and deeper for can attend to a national cause. We want to say thank you to everybody. We wish them a happy birthday. Gladys, I guess you watch happy birthday officially from the then and now Empire. We guess like I say, no need much of an introduction. As soon as see me live with me now, and he's none other than Mr. Paunga Marnoh Sesay. Paunga, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prince Kroma, and I want to join you for wish the Mamina at the house happy birthday, and we thank him for the permission where he give we today for make way for take part of in time, because it's 9 day and we take you away from him. So Mrs. Kroma, we wish you happy birthday, and we thank you so much for everything we they do for this man in life and the sacrifices we they make for Salon, so that we all go put hands on deck, so we'll get a control for move forward. And family owner, we don't join the show. Una kabo, una good morning, una good afternoon, una good evening, depending on the time at the country usa una day una the catch we from.
Many thanks, Mr. Paunga Marnoh Sesay. Really appreciate it. I guess Mrs. Kroma, you've just made a birthday in that special way. I can just feel, the positivity. But again, back to issues of seriousness, back to issues of state. I want to begin with a little bit of a personal question, and personal, not unanswerable, of course. And this guy for do something with your name, Paunga. I know said before the Canada studio and long before. And Fambulem, by the way, this show na interactive show and na a calling show. And I want for let Fambulem understand that the guest is willing for take up questions from Una, the audience. So it's a kind of an interactive show. So don't hesitate as the conversation they go on. Please feel free for use your phone or whichever gadget you get. We go able for contact the studio for able for talk directly to we pose a question to Paunga, so Paunga will able for answer the question. The flyers are there, the numbers are there, and shortly I will put the numbers up. So back to you again, Paunga. It's about your name. I know say we don't try for a long time to get you on this platform, but Englishman say better late than never, and patient dog will eat the fat bone. Finally, we've got you here, as everybody can see, but there have been issue and your name in which people, including myself, be one know this combination of names bothering the country, especially at this critical time when the politics, they appear so toxic and ethno-regionalism, if you like, of the way our politicians and the Congo. Tell me a little bit about your name so we'll understand, please.
Thank you, Mr. Kroma, and when it comes to nation building, I'm not one for really count tribe, because tribe not really relevant as long as we are win as Sierra Leoneans. But my name alone can prove say me as Sierra Leonean. I get typically me paternal background na Mende Loko, and me papa na Mende Loko, My dad, before they die, used to speak local fluently. And my granny, when I'm mama, my papa in your mama, na typical mende. But the woman who raised me papa, na Timini, from 91. And from my maternal background, my mama in papa, na Soa from Pujong. And my mama in your papa, then a maternal grandfather, na Shabro, from Morphos, na then Shenge area. So the Sesay name, that's why you see I get Sesay when a typically northern name, and then Paunga, we mean for join the process of initiating the poorer society. Naina Paunga, when a typically Mendene. So Mina a born bred Sierra Leonean, and I love everybody. I feel say everybody, as long as you na Sierra Leonean, we all now one, and that we can explain today why we colonial masters, where they start, they say Sierra Leone, why make them bring all it, guide them together. Okay, one now for make we able for move this economy forward, more move the country forward as a people. Anybody will bring tribe in developing in the nation building. Tell and say, you know, get nothing for offer. Always you want for do now for stoke which we call tribal solidarity. Say we all are one tribe or all for coalesce together. But anybody who want to build a country, we all are one. Why? Prince, for example, okay, Adena America, me you with destiny tied together. You and that Kenyan, within a Kenya on a destiny tied together. You and that Chinese on a destiny tied together. How? You go to call value chain, like that glass where you wear within a face. Because you buy glass, now you make the industry they exist because people they buy the glass. No, so now we just imagine if now be Sierra Leone, that company they did. That company they got for you get people for design that glass they first of all. We get for be the engineers. You get for get eye specialists, them where they able for tell the engineers then say now this magnitude of zooming now we want in that glass, zoom in that glass, right? So when they make that, let's say for example, then they manufacture that glass they na one Limba village. Don't you want many people in for buy? If not just the Limba people no more they buy that glass, how many Limbas they will go for sustain that industry? You understand? It's not good enough for sustain the industry. So all they together, where the British government be put it together with colonial masters, where they put it together, all the tribes them. Now for more be customers to each other, for more could be brothers, strength in unity. If anybody want to attack with now, no more the attack, you get only 2 million people for faith. Also, you go easily defeat 2 million people. But by the time you add another 2 million Timini, you add another 800,000 Limba, another 800,000 Fula, we don't make we 7.5 million. But I tell you, they beat 7.5 million. You say you don't know, say you don't fight a country. No, so you don't fight it. So when we are united, that is the only way we will go forward.
Paunga, I think say we don't lost you audio. If you didn't hear me, I think we don't lost you audio. All right.
Me they get you clear.
Audio Paunga, we don't lost you.
You don't lost me.
Okay, you're back. You're back. Okay, that's fine. Okay. That's fine. Okay, Fambulem. For the one that we just join, we just say hi to everybody. The ritual naya or the tradition naya. Now for help for shape them video naya, so others will be a part and parcel of the national conversation. Remember, we get somebody who is well known at the annals of social media, and this na Paunga Marnoh Sesay. Paunga, you do well by explaining all of that about your name, which so shows that you are truly representative of all corners of the country. And I guess you don't allay many fears, if I go call them fears, because you don't explain this thing. We don't make beaucoup people, including myself, even though I never had fears, but for just understand this combination of names. Paunga, you are also known for dinner social media. They promote certain things the way we just talk about just now, because there's a lot to come. But some people, they say it's all talk and no substance. What would you say to such people advancing, the rhetoric, but not the profile solutions?
Okay, well, you see, everybody in worldview, in waiting it is say, in views, in opinions, based on waiting the person know, and the exposure, the knowledge with the person gets. So some people might think when they say government, now like we person they sell pepper. You just they go, yeah, mama you look 5,000, then you the pepper, then you can go home. Me and Apostle always say we not gonna forget elections 2023, and we they remove Maada Bio, and we there at the verge. I even tell you, say, who are the come online show? I tell you, I say, I know they hide and give you. CIA, they listen. Secret Service, they listen. MI6, they listen. I tell you right before now the background also, because they understand what I'm talking about, right? You take Maada Bio. Maada Bio, I mean, man. The Facebook where Maada Bio they use right now. Now we set them up. I used to manage that page, right? But we got to a point which I mean a salon me they look at. You understand? I don't really care about tribe. You understand? As far as me concerned, APC, them bad for salon. The one that we don't even understand the debt where APC left na salon, right? If they understand what they mean to the economy, now they can't talk about so today. You understand, eh? The cherry cocoa they within our parliament, the debts the way they go take them box, the way they go buy millions of dollars, then debts then they not pay 1 million. Because the debt not be done mature. Where the debts don't mature now for more pay, for example, Prince. You understand? They stole from the beginning to the way they go school. How? Take for example, them boss they will not they will go school, but then go buy. Cherry Coco was deputy speaker in our parliament. They approved such a bad loan. When they take that money, they had for every $100,000, then the dollar now be 700,000 euros. So for every $100,000 where they go take, now the monetary value we get as a people for that money, they now 700 million euros, make $100,000, right? So if you're talking about for pay $1 million debt at that time where they take the money, now 7 billion euros, they make $1 million. Then 10 and 8. Now, dollar don't go up to 1 point where you want buy. Remember, say where they give you the debt now in dollar. Also, now we want buy that debt dollar day, it's about 1,100,000, 1,200,000. Let's say you buy a minimum 1,100,000. For every $100,000 now what you want for pay that debt day, you pay $1.1 million. That's not the company interest rate, so just the exchange rate. That is 400 million euros being lost to every $100,000 who they pay. And when you put, if now for every $1 million, we're losing about 4 billion euros, which is about $400,000. You understand? Yeah. So that money they imagine we not even use the bus then reach 2 years old. You understand? Eh? And so man not even afraid God. You understand? Eh? They come back, they say, with that kind of man, and they will not point the country. Why? Because they have allowed themselves to be swayed by the political, that tribal thing where APC and SL people they use, Maada Bio they use. Right? That the men them, that they then Maada Bio in your side, nothing as themselves, no matter waiting, without not the post in the forecast supporter. Instead of having that initiative, say no. Then people are now with brother, then they're not good for we. Right? How can Samura Kama, for example, as Minister of Finance, approve the construction of a road leading to no factory? You understand that? No productivity. It's just like me. You go take money, say you can't give me road. Right? We don't clean. I have no road. I have nowhere to go because I have no job. They want to tell me for pay that debt. Me or not contribute nothing because my productivity, you know, do nothing for increase my productivity. No, so that kind of person, when I'm looking at Sierra Leone, sometimes I mean, heart they bleed. I said, these are people where they don't understand what it takes, you know, for recognition or for build one. You understand? So when you come per tribe, now I make something in the people that can get confused. You understand, eh? Say, Paunga again, not a background, as you say, if I'm not to pure Mende, if the many people say, no, not to pure Mende, it's not part of us. Because what in Sabi, now, Mwale Mubedo, Mwalo, we no more wedding, I have friends when I mended there. All the man they were from Maada Bio. Now me man from Solomon Jamiu is my classmate. Napoleon is my buddy. You understand? Bonafa is my buddy. Kapua the way the SLBC. Now me man I will check Kapua where Maada Bio go do an interview. I say, but man, how have you reduced yourself to Vuvuzela? Do you know what your age mates are doing? Your age mate by now, for example, if one for make television or if one for make fridge, then parts them then and I want to organize them about them then and then small turn and make sure so they can go work. You understand? And organize them, then they go work, then they get money, they're able for rent their own places, they're able for pay bills, right? But that all is broken. You guys are not even thinking about that. Just because somebody comes to on national TV and grants an interview, then you say Salo they go before for that. How is Sierra Leone moving forward because of that? How is that going to put money in the pocket of your brothers na Kenima or that person where they na Binkolo? Right? So so most people can think say, oh, Paunga they talk, we know see action, because from their perspective, they don't even understand why make today Maada Bio, with all the promises where you don't make, any promise where you make, they tell people them say it's not gonna happen. As you don't know more, watch you in a game with they play. That, for example, we say they bring Runge Bridge. I say no, nobody's gonna give you that money. We pull cable them, nobody not get the money. The India vice president goes alone. They all come on. I say you guys are wasting your time. The people who me they talk to, the Indian economy, for example, cardholder services is an India company that they do business with the US. Cardholder services, the income that they make per year is about $900 billion, right? How much is Sierra Leone economy? The entire Sierra Leone economy. So one squeeze no more, America will squeeze the cardholder services. You understand? The India they lost far away past that, they pass the entire country who will get as Sierra Leone, right? So now one phone call no more than they give the Indian president, then that deal is dead. So that's how we were able to kill that tomato rice plantation business. The reason why, Prince, now because the people don't even understand that the system is broken. You give Maada Bio them money, then they go eat all, then go give 1-2 man way and not have contract, let's say Braka pledge loyalty to the bar. You understand? Eh? So that you go to supply fertilizer or you go to maintenance, now you go to maintenance on vehicle, you bring tipper or you bring this. At the end of the day, they eat that money, the
okay, Paunga, if you don't mind for that, just butt in quickly because there is a lot said in there and we get a lot more for cover. Fambulem, una thank you for tuning in. Una not forget because I know say una they enjoy the program so much, but the guest is willing to take calls because remember say this man has been dubbed as controversial and a polarizing figure now the social media space. So tonight we have an opportunity by having him here and he's willing to take questions from Fambulem. So I don't put the number down there. Please feel free to call and ask questions. And let we treat the guest and including the platform as usual, respectfully. And we comment there even at the chat room, let we try for keep and respectful. This is the niche they try for carving the market then and now. Paunga, undoubtedly, you are a man in the know, both on the inside and on the outside. And I believe at some point in time, you have been part of this decaying structure, okay? But when you explain, some people and they think, say, Paunga is a little bit spiteful, especially a part where you explain yourself as to your kind of background, your DNA, your composition. So could that be something possibly where get some effect on you in the sense that you are not wholly, and this is based on your explanation, and I could get this very well wrong. You are not entirely embraced within a party where you describe, say, both sides, that will be the SLPP and the APC. And because you are neither on other side, you get left out. And this is why you are so much on social media railing against the system.
Well, Prince, let's be very realistic, right? Among which generation, you understand? Salon today, if I want to eat, if me and somebody wait now for eat no more, If I say they join Maada Bio, they mean a game changer. Right? I mean, wait, come to America. The network will get. The network will get. If you check that the richest network in the world, take it from me. I don't want to mention the name. The companies then wait and get. You understand? Eh? For example, today, one of the biggest supplier or distributor for building materials in America. This is a company where they make about $110 billion revenue a year. You understand? Then give me contract for deliver almost the entire state of Iowa when for now and a half will they start with. For like where they build new apartment and for gold left, me company for gold left, they fridge them because then they get city code where they require every new apartment to get refrigerator, forget dishwasher, forget microwave, forget gas cooker, right? So because of they get that city code, I need to make them see how they sell, right? If I want, I can tell Maada Bio, say, Maada Bio, this is ABC you need to do, fix this system, right? And they bring you to America, tell investor, right? I will not to even a text message, they give to investor like this contract, 1 1 2. Now Sunday, now I tell the person, I say it's slow for me. You understand? I say, so I want something. I say, like, waiting. I say, no, not delivery. I say, because the man, they either let them go. I say, no, let them go. If you let them go, you and I know say affected for me. I say, okay. Yesterday, the whole day they call me. You understand? So if me not be somebody, would I get that kind of network na Maada Bio? What's his name? This guy when the Minister of Education. Sesay took Maada Bio to Bill Gates. I told people nothing is going to come out of it. You understand? Eh? Because Maada Bio, they don't understand what's in the happen, how the global economy works. You understand? They don't know how the global economy, they don't know how the real economy works. So now behind the scene, they told him, they said, no, deal with that one and day. There is this guy when a Paunga and blah, 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 blah. From amen. I don't challenge Maada Bio. I say, Maada Bio, if you're a man, if you're a man, then you know say you talk, that you command a business where they make for poor people. If you know say you talk, go find investor. You understand? So I'm not spiteful. I get my own life. How many Sierra Leoneans the way the America will get people away for it? How many Sierra Leoneans where the America will get their offices? You understand? Eh?
So let me push back. Let me push back on that little bit because I'll pick up 1 or 2 things the way you just say, which is A, then tell me say. So I will ask Uda then tell you say in terms of the government of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio. Uda then tell you say and waiting and tell you because this is no secret. You are saying it publicly before I pose my next question.
So first of all, I will support Maada Bio. Right? When I left Sierra Leone, I was supporting Maada Bio. And too many things that happen. Sometimes people like say, Yusuf Keke Thomas say, maybe one for be spokesperson for Maada Bio. You understand? Eh? Far from it. Uzami and Maada Bio fall apart was about changing tactics. You understand? Eh? Was about changing tactics. So tell me the way they say Ali, they want to drive Ali Bangura, they want to drive this, not that. You know, all the northern across say, man, come on. How can you run a political party? Don't you realize that there is life after election? You could even win the election because an Escoma don't polarize the country. So we come to the many people that they want their own cake. You understand? Eh? You go even win up for win the election. But like Obama say, if you campaign by dividing the people, when you win, you don't go to unite them. You understand it? Because you don't preach a gospel where they don't believe. You understand it? So how can you come and tell her again, say, this gospel where you don't tell her, not to true? You understand? They're not going to believe you. Right? So sometimes who say they confuse people. Who say people like you confused about Paunga. Now the fact is, you know, Salon, they like where na APC, they like they do bad, you tina bien there. If you na APC. Where Maada Bio they do bad, you tina bien there. And the level of education I have, you understand? In good conscience, there is no way I go support them. The Minister of Trade. Now my cousin Hinga, Sandy. You understand? Don't clear, don't post that one in our Facebook. Don't clear Hinga. they send me over 30 messages. I say, hey, you are my boy. Forget about age. You know, be nothing but trade. If I ask you right now, say, for example, you want for export, you want to make a manufacture in a salon. How do you enter a market side and get barriers to entry? Do you understand that one day? Do you understand what's in a currency? You don't understand that one day all. You understand that? So even if you go preach to people and say you go, you thief, you go build a house, it doesn't bother me.
So
you understand what I'm
let me pause you again. Because the way I want for let we deal with this interview, I for let guy for deal with speculations. Hold on down with the stations, then we leave them aside because man, you they talk some very serious talk them. But again, another question I posed earlier, a lot of talk, a lot of rhetoric, if you like, but no substance. And there seems to be a lot of explanation to that. So we go come to the practical steps of governance, sabi structures, development, processes, and procedures. I promise you that shortly. Just the speculations, get them aside, and that's done with, and then we get to some real stuff before we end this program. Fambulem, once again, today is the 13th of April 2021. It's on a Sunday, and me when they talk to una from the then and now media empire, my name is Prince Emil Kroma, and we are having conversation bordering on with national country, and this issue they talk about, it also fall within the month where we call Independence Special, and during this Independence Special, una go see the then and now they bring a variety of guests, such as Mr. Paunga and Marnoh Sesay on the program tonight for talk about the country, where are we going, and how we arrive where we are. On tomorrow, just for remind Fambulem, as una can see in my background, una get two distinguished Sierra Leoneans. One is the host, Mr. Melvin Melziga, where they host the show, Melvin Melziga show on the Then and Now platform. And then you get a decorated Sierra Leonean who happened to be Mr. Collins Archie Pias. Mr. Collins Pias is heavy. He is a film producer, a director, an actor, and a manager of the Archie Pias production company. It's a limited company, and in are the CEO and founder. It don't feature in over 50 Nollywood movies. No say we're a huge fan of Nigerian movies, Nollywood. So this brother has featured in over 50 of Nollywood movies, both Nayaso in the UK and abroad, most likely in Lagos, Nigeria. It don't win over 50 movie awards, including the NELAS, that's the acronym NELAS. Awards within Ghana, Nigeria. Collins Archie Pias don't build a great management portfolio. I want to Fambule understand this, which includes Van Vika, Patience Ozokwo, and John Okafor, who we much more know as Mr. Ibu. So I think so when they get our first call, and not forget for tuning tomorrow. So this is a decorated Sierra Leonean. Let me see who that they call here. Hello, caller. Hello. Yes, hello. You the time for contribute to the show?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, very much welcome. The number looks strange, very first time, but all the same, if you can call your name and who say you call from, the platform is all yours, sir. They call from France. Paunga, you hear?
Yes.
Okay, this is a call from France, Fambulem. Okay, brother, go ahead and say what you want to say.
Thank you for bringing this Mr. Paunga in studio, and I really be the following audios them. Just one ask few questions to him.
Yeah, sure. Feel free. Go ahead, Mr. Paunga. They listen. They hear you.
Go ahead. What's your name again?
Hold on. Paunga, you say?
What's your name again?
What's your name again, brother? Mustafa waiting.
Okay, Mr. Mustafa.
Mustafa Conte. Yeah, okay. They hear you. Go ahead, Mustafa Conte. From France.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Paunga, like waiting in the time when they explain certain things, them say like they block Maada Bio. Like me, not a fans of Maada Bio. That for sure. And we president, but me not a fans of her. But you know, think say when you block them so Now we borders insist for survive for some of them programs the way in the implement with the block as well. Don't waiting at your intention when they fight for block Maada Bio for like waiting they do because like some of we know and lot of things that don't happen at the country already. Where we all know. You understand? If you get some influence, which influence you go, you pay for with brothers and sisters the way they don't kill since in kind of power. Done this now the last one. This with brothers when Mohamed Kamarimba when they all am because of now talk they talk because me not say now just allegation don't just like panam detain them according to what people and say the situation they we go some kind way we not correct. You push kind effort when you will make for make sure this particular money issue reach internationally so then we'll put pressure into this government then they release that man. Thank you very much.
Okay, first-time caller from France, Mr. Mustafa Conte. Thank you very, very much for calling the platform. Thank you so much, brother. Paunga, I guess you get a three-part question. Now the brother posed to you, and I guess you take notes of them. You want a response, sir?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Mr. Mustafa. One of the things that we are glad for Sierra Leone is we people elect the country. We all elect the country. All so much concern will make the country go before. But must start with the last question first we ask about Mohamed Kambarimba. Mohamed Kambarimba, I don't want to meet him physically, though during the elections, plenty of man them be the try for see if me ain't go run on the same ticket. I say nope. By the way, Mohamed Kambarimba issue, I worked at the judiciary for 4 years, and I can tell you, I know the game where they play, and I know how it implicates itself. But me not somebody who elect for respect institutions because when you want to move a country forward, you always for make sure say you detach your own personal view, your own personal opinion, and allow the institutions them for run, right? Mohamed Kambarimba, they expect say we forget lawyers, and I expect say the lawyers were able for going to court, they're able for update the public if the trial is slow, right? If then they feel. Then that's going for capture the public attention. It doesn't have to be specifically Paunga, right? Because you get a situation who say Paunga, no. So what Mohamed Kambarimba in people they need for do, they need for get good lawyers, they need for able for get lawyer that will not fear the system. If there is a passive view say is being put there as a kind of for victimizing because of what he did. Because I know say be criticized, right? From a legal perspective, you cannot delay a trial because delaying the trial they perpetuate injustice. You go end up for put this man here in jail for not he spend like 1-2 years, only for make the evidence not sufficient for convict, right? And because allow we poor. They will not even get money for take care of yourself. How much more for go pay a victim? We don't go suffer unnecessarily. A family, a picking the law say, for example, if they get 14-year-old girl pick be left. By now, and if we're able for any other 14-year-old girl picking for make sure say able for guide them and paving way through into adulthood. Now the man not the. If the man be get wife, if the man gets sick mother, right? So within I go on for advice. Mohamed Kambarimba in lawyer, then pick up the issue. What me go do is I go highlight the case, right? Mr. Mustafa, I go show you say from tomorrow I go highlight the case so that we go for forced Maada Bio for speedy the trial. If evidence there, I don't get problem. I will never interfere with us do bad for make the convict. I can always tell me, paddy them, say, if me a president, you do bad, Prince, you're going to jail, doesn't mean I hate you. you break the law. If I do bad, let me go to jail. It doesn't mean you hate me. You understand that? So that way they...
No, Mustafa, if they just they respond to you and question them. So if they wonder whether you did watch the show live, not so you hearing response. Okay, brilliant. That's all right. So I can let you go.
So Mustafa, so far, like when you ask for make a highlight Kambarimba situation, I will tell you, say, I will develop a strategy and I will begin to highlight that situation. Then the other question we ask, you say, I see it like a 2-in-1, right? Because he's asking me why I decide for more could block Maada Bio everywhere where you don't go, all in project the way you don't say it implement, right? Mustafa, first of all, every economy need for get structures. If you don't get those structures, whatever money where you put there, now like basket, it is waste. You understand? So you take, for example, Lunge Bridge. The people in Amagoroka, they are not poor because Lunge Bridge not there. We not get Lunge Bridge. The people in na Bond, they don't have jobs, not because Lunge Bridge not there, I mean they not get a job, right? So when you have a president who want to go take money, get in 10%, we all know how Salon corrupt, right? And can't leave this burden na Sierra Leone, with Sierra Leone. Mustafa, when the 10 reach, their money then they are tied to natural resources. Like where you can go take loan at bank, like you say, count the collateral. So mostly now with natural resource, now the collateral. So anytime we export diamond, anytime we they export with natural resources, the taxpayer government they get, they left now they have. How many people don't even understand that one? Now, as I talk to you, we so overburdened that with natural resources not even service the debt they will get. The small money taxes back all they raise. Now from there, would they able to pay, would they add back to then debts they need. So at the end, so when the 10 reach, for example, the beginning where they grow up right now, when the 10 reach for make then get good universities, we're not going to pay the lecturers them. We're not going to equip the universities. We're not going to hire good people them for can teach at the universities. And if you're not able to attract brains, your economy is going to be there. You understand? For example, Paunga in Sierra Leone, I'm one of the best brains. But now I'm here building America, right? Because America create the conducive environment for my able for live now and more able for function because they get the structures. So we not get the structures. You understand? Mustafa, like where you did in France, where you go France, you be able to do anything without you paperwork? No. You paperwork, so that 10 will be there. So for me, you work, then get what you call identity, where then go for create for you. Okay? Because you get that identity, now make them able for rank host you. As I talk Sierra Leone, Maada Bio yourself when a president, you know get identity. You go to a bank right now, you go to any bank, you put Maada Bio in name day. If Maada Bio go for pay Prince Wayne a business person, you know they sure. You understand it? Prince, if you go for pay Carlona UK, if you go to another bank for go take money right now for something else, as they punch you home number, your NI number, no, so it shows up your identity, no, so it shows up so you get your other kind of a bank. So if you not fix their structures where every economy forgets, if you not fix them, Mustafa, that economy not they run. Now thief no money man they thief. So in good conscience, you understand that? I cannot allow Maada Bio or my own one belly-born brother for go thief salon money. You understand?
Okay. Okay, Paunga. I think say you don't address the broader issue, and we must commend France for taking the opportunity for ask question, and they make it clear to Fambulem again. Do ya? Let we take this opportunity for ask. Beaucoup people let me ask me question before Marnoh they come. Marnoh don't come now. This is an opportunity for pick up the phone and speak directly to Mr. Paunga himself. So Mr. Paunga will be able to answer the question. Remember, from the horse's mouth, this is not one great opportunity. Fambulem, once more, they ask Una Bia on we shape this program. We strongly believe, say, there's a national conversation we warrant every strand of we breath, every fiber of we moral aptitude we get for use them for have this conversation is absolutely necessary as we contribute a cross road. 60 years of independence in a few days' time, and with what to show for it. So we get Boku guests that we get for Kama Sabine say, as soon as I can see, the then and now they try for playing one part in terms of the national discourse. On Thursday the 15th, remember, on tomorrow, we get the Melvin Metzger show with a decorated Sierra Leonean, rather, Mr. Collins Pierce. On Thursday the 15th, as soon as I can see the flyer behind me, maybe I can get a little bit of a space. We brought a like for talk about financial issues, economic issues. We get a program on then and now platform, which is called Economic Solutions. The brother not only they talk about economic solutions, he also they act like a doctor in a very layman sense, because even the pa ya bombe na upline, yeah, with yamba, then go understand what they say, because it can break down with parables and we're so easy for go around that we kind of they understand. And they provide solutions after identifying the problems. He will be on this platform on this Thursday and every other Thursday. The program is called Economic Solutions by Alfred Sanko. Most of you know him, again, a famous talk show where they call Salon Cashbox. Okay? And we got one more or two more for introduce before we end the show. Paunga, many thanks so far. One last issue on speculation and move to issues of substance, although we tend for the talk about substance already, but we will try for be specific. You, when you boss now the media scene, you make some tall comments, you make some tall remarks. Beaucoup people, they say you seem for the punch above your weight then. In other words, some things the way you say, you even give a date and a time for the removal of this particular government on the basis of how they may operate, where I guess you see, like say, it's not possible. And most people, they say, Paunga, who's that Paunga stand? But the way you be able to articulate yourself as if there are massive connections, we're able to initiate and can change the day. What were you aiming at? And what will be the depend on? Because up till now, we not see the change and the government is still in place.
Okay, so Prince, this thing, in as much as it is in my heart, I want for more we understand that this is a country, this is not about Paunga alone. You understand? This is about me picking them, this is about my uncles, this is about your uncle, this is about we relatives that we already oversee. So we're not going to bring we auntie them picking them, we cousin their own husbands.
Paunga, right? La pause you there. We get a call from Malta. This is really good. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, sir. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm doing well. No problem.
I sure say you want to contribute to the program.
Of course, yes. I got the number from Facebook.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And if you can quickly identify yourself and who say you they call from, please.
My name is Gastino.
Gazino. Okay.
Castillo, yeah. I call from Malta, Europe.
Wow. All the way from Malta, and this is not a first time from Malta. We appreciate you on the platform, brother. Go ahead. I don't know whether a question for the guest or not just general contribution, but the floor is all yours.
Yeah, I need general contribution and I just also want to ask questions to the guest there.
Feel free, please.
All right. The question first, they go to the guest them. What do they think of the present administration in the country by the SLPP now? What do they think of the first 3 years where they don't do our governance? And if the two parties emerge for go back to the polling station 2023, which party them prefer for come again for come rescue the people of Sierra Leone? That's my question.
Okay, Paunga, you want to have a go at that? I guess you already caller all the way from Malta, first time caller on the then and now, and from Malta as well. And we first tell to get call from Malta. Paunga, you want to have a go?
Yeah, sure. Castino, hope say they do find a Malta, pa. And just like what I said, I admire Sierra Leone so much. We all get passion for the country. So Castino, they asked about what thing they've gone at the country for the last year. Of course, for the last years, I always don't tell people, I say, Maada Bio na mess. Okay, it doesn't matter to me whether Maada Bio na Shabro, whether na Mende, whether na Loko, whether na Limba, is a mess, right? For leadership, you got to get intellect. I can always tell people away close to me. I say, Maada Bio guy get a third class intellect for be a president, and they get a first class attitude for destroy the country. Okay, where it come for spoil the country, it get that the attitude first class, but where it come for the intellect for run a country, now third class. Every president forget the vision. Does Maada Bio have one? No, not even that. Not to doubt self. Say he gets, he doesn't have one. Okay, he doesn't even know what is financing. He doesn't know what's in a taxation. He don't know what's in a auditing. So whatever the one that we appoint, we don't put in a position. If JJ Blood can begin to explain macroeconomic terms here, he doesn't even understand. So he believes everything. Professor Francis come back, he can begin to explain small governance terms them to him. He doesn't understand. He believes everything, right? So in when at the hair, where they can say fish, where you see the head all rotting, forget about the rest of the fish. It's gonna be rotten. You understand? So where it comes to Bio, everything where they happen, it's chaotic. Nobody can invest in Sierra Leone. Everything where they say, whether they go hala, they say midterm census. I say, midterm census not they take place. Next year, 2023, we're not gonna have, by my own view, I still reiterate, and I will not go forget election. We're gonna have a constitutional movement. We'll get lost and we're broken. With governance system, for example, we are an administrative state. They say we'll get local council. I say we're not gonna now just by name. It doesn't exist in reality or by function. For example, today still now Freetown they go hire teachers. You understand? And why you get Bombali District Council, Bombali District Prince Society? Now you borrow. You don't ever see that they go now to Boris Johnson for go hire a teacher. You understand? So the system is broken. You understand? What they tell you is broken. And then I go swing back to your question where you ask me, saying a bit all order. Prince, just like what I start to answer before Castino they come in. Sierra Leone a country. You understand? Everybody where they set plan, you get what you call unforeseeable. You understand? And therefore unforeseeable, then they therefore they adjust. Okay. By me estimation, I be feel say 2 years enough or more crash the economy and we stop them in tracks and then we remove them. Okay, removing Maada Bio not doing our problem right now. Last year, when I all see how the country be, you understand? Now, very few powerful people inside the country be know where to be the goal. Right? Say Maada Bio disappear. I even come online. I say no, men are not killer. I say if they're killer, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have the vice president take over immediately, where they change the whole scenario because the vice president. In political stature in the country different, it belongs to a different tribe. When the fuller the relationship with Timini with Limba is different. You understand? So it's gonna create a whole, it change the whole dynamic. So that man where they not kid doesn't understand this, and that is what leadership is. A leader has a vision, and he wants to stamp that vision on the people. You understand? So I say no. When I let him go, in good conscience, why? You wanna be the audio there from the Mende people there, wanna hear from the Northerners, right? That tells you, because we know why make Maada Bio become president. Maada Bio become president because of the way the people away Ernest back put in power. You understand? Ernest Koma got drunk with power. He forget say wickedness never was happiness, never will be, and never should be happiness. Anytime we possible do what, Prince. You understand? I don't care how much you profit from that bad day. No jealous, no admire, just let them go. You understand? Some people like to say karma. You understand? So today you see inside APC, you see people and then Sylvia blighted. And also, if not be good Sylvia, partners be do. You don't get Sylvia blighted in kind. But Sylvia is empty. You understand? Now only Salo you go see more joy Kaikai and kind there, you go make the minister. Now unless you go see Logus Koma and kind, you go make the minister. So what happens? You play with Dotty, the Dotty they rub partners. When Pakaba get intellectual people. Pakaba was not perfect. But how can you expect James Jonah, for example, after Pakabado Saka, if they're going to public, they go begin to make audio against Pakaba? No, his level of education will not allow him to go that low. You understand? Dr. Septimus Kaikaide, from where Pakaba left, you ever hear about them? No, they felt they don't make their own contribution to national development. If the next president doesn't want them, they go sit on Safu. No, so because they have intellect. You understand? But how can you go take Dana Koromani kind? You make a lands minister. They left the lands tenure system. Why did they get double ownership? You understand? Because the whole country is not surveyed. The land, the land now the country is not even plotted. You do not even know who that get this land. You don't even know who that get that land, right? Priest like Usa Ide and Usa Ade. When you go to the city council, every address where you give, as they click into the system, the house where they show you if na commercial building they show you inside the exits then they no, so you can't even change nothing on that building there until you go get what they call change of permit. No, so change of use before they allow you.
Paunga, many thanks for that. I believe say a lot of people will appreciate that sort of word where they come out from you, undoubtedly, because it makes absolute sense. But we can criticize the situation, the existing situation, for as long as we can. And again, what you talk, even though not true, it sounds a little bit complex, but it's doable. And in that same direction, I want to go and ask you the next question, because all of these borders around development. So we need to understand within a development, although it turned out to be a term which can be used comprehensively, but we talk about improving, because that's what you're talking about, but one bringing account down to level. Because when you begin to talk about connecting, even though we had these things before, all of this connection, whether in a postal system or a central database, so for don't develop, we haven't. Yet 60 years on, we seem for the retrogress instead of the make progress. So on the issue of national development, Paunga, we know say we'll talk about national development now for improve the standard living or condition of we people. But as time they go by, we need to see any of the things then that are attributes of national development, which is improving the lives of our people, whether not for increased per capita income, jobs, social mobility or amenity, nothing of the kind. Why is it, Paunga? Give me a breakdown, if you will, please.
Now, some of the things that what they say, Prince. First of all, Sierra Leone got it wrong, like the rest of sub-Saharan Africa, from independence to on their way capture with independence, we fight for where they say so-called fight for independence. You understand? To me, they began genuine intention, but they can say the road to hell is always paved with good intention. You understand? You ask any mommy, any pa, most parents will tell you say they want for me to be president, they want for me to be lawyer. You understand? But just good intention doesn't mean the next day that need to happen. Right? You're gonna walk the walk and talk the talk, right? But just make, for example, say with African leaders, we get this thing from the early 50s, they can to the 60s. You understand? We African leaders didn't even understand what thing they happen around the world, right? They don't even understand how First World War came, Second World War came, and waiting break the second, just after the Second World War. There was a surge of independence movement. This was a strategic plan by the U.S.
Yeah, I'll break you up here. Marcus Levy, the number for call, I will post at the paste them shortly. Yeah, continue, Marnoh.
You understand? If you watch the American history, which I've done, no president in America. You understand them? Why not study no president in Britain and then powerful country? Because I really want to know what the world was. What thing really occupied the mind of the global leaders at that time? What thing bring about Britain? You understand? Then I find out when you come to American history, the British them, remember saying that this not be a monarchy, it was not even constitutional monarch like I will get right now. Britain. You understand? Then they what the king say, now I'm final. So now down there people and be tired. Just like people that talk about Maada Bio. So they come on England and come settle in America. So when they come settle in America, if you watch the during Adams' term, right? Then Jefferson time. Then Madison was Secretary of State. Then the ones then begin connive and instigate the indigenous, the way they are the Indians, against the American government, right? Because that's why we don't declare independence now. Iowa was not part of America then, and Indiana was not even part of America, right? Then later, Indiana, that time, Indiana was just a kind of a territory. They beget William Harrison, we die in a power. We die after we take over power, 1841. We die, right? Might not be the general. So with the British trying to get, them still under the British Empire, they didn't like it. And they knew that the only force we're going to stop this dream of America, like I did so today, that the British Empire. You understand? So you check the war of 18, before even the war of 1812, you watch that 1807, they put embargo for make sure, say, they're not they trade with Britain, they're not they trade with France. You understand? So that tells you this time they occupy the global leaders, their mind. Say the French Revolution, then and there, you see how the monarchs, then and there. They come out in the background.
Parallel. Then that means implicitly when they talk about violence, isn't it?
It tied down to what I want to just give me 2-3 minutes. It tied down to then you understand how Kwame Nkrumah there, Samuel Timagai, they got it wrong. You understand? They are going to tell you how I make them bring Obama and Papa there for Kanlan book. Now, yeah, you understand there? This was all a goal by the U.S. Powerful forces for able to give education to the indigenous so that we're able to themselves.
Hold your thoughts right there, Paunga. Hold your thoughts right there. We get another caller. Caller, good evening. Asho say you want to make a contribution to the program, and you seem like to be a first-time caller. Will you identify your name and who side you call from, please?
Prince Koma, good afternoon, good evening, wherever.
Yeah.
Probably in the afternoon session.
Okay.
And I believe you also in a good evening session.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, go on, please. Yes, Madam Yembe, welcome. You call from?
I call from Texas, United States.
Wow, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So I see your program, I see the discussion with me, brother Paunga, Marnoh to say, with regards to the thing, the topic of discussion, it kind of nice, it kind of good. But now we look at the rationale behind some of the discussions or the items they want to discuss in them.
Yeah.
Here is a president who came in with all the troubles with the face, when he inhaled or when he
inhales
a pick up on himself.
Yeah.
So here is somebody who's striving very hard to make sure he puts modalities in place. And if you look at what is going on, some of us have like a cogent, when I use the word cogent, we get cogent information that most of these atrocities when they happen, they are politically motivated. They are doing it because of political gain. Look like today, if you notice what happened in that place, the lady who was talking, it was all like political setup. So now we look at what
when you say Madam Kuyembe,
Prince, let me explain.
Yembe, okay, sorry. Go ahead, please. Sorry. I feel I lost you a little bit.
What is happening in Cornell Hospital at one? That's a very, very good thing that they're doing at life. Here is you and I. We live in this world with a city. If you don't even sanitize one place, they know they allow for the party. Coronavirus, you see how they kill people than I am. In this kind of life, what they portray about Sierra Leone, not for people that just go back to take pictures for big political gain. How many people would have been dying in Sierra Leone, or Sierra Leone would have not been like have student union? You and I went to school in that place. When things happen, we have student union to channel our cases to. Do we have to riot? We have to change our mentality. We really have to. My brother, I really appreciate this program with the car with work. When you talk, I want you to be rational, looking at the things on the opposition side, on the government side, and on the people's side. I'm also doing a program here that is Unity Broadcasting. I'm trying to be fair, very, very fair. I really appreciate your program.
Okay.
And I'll continue to listen to it, provided you are working on a straight plan, and I really want your program to succeed. So please, tell whoever is the corporate or whoever is responsible to stand on a better ground. Our aim is to make Sierra Leone better. Not anybody coming to make political gain or political gain, please. And thank you very much. And I will continue for listening. I just come out for make up this good point.
Yeah, Madam Yembe, many thanks for taking the opportunity for call and making all those salient points. And when you say cogent, I believe they are very cogent. Let me see whether we get able to rationalize all of this. Many thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
you're welcome. Yes, Paunga, you've heard it all.
Yeah, okay, my family, Madam Yembe, I want to refer to him in a Mende way for make it feel normal, like say me and brother, and just like how Maada Bio and brother. Elizabeth, how are you now? This year, hope you do find our Texas. First, he talk about say that they undermine Maada Bio, where you see the country was broken, he took the country, everything, be there apart. Okay, to some extent, she's right. You understand? So that Nadameko starts more tribalism. Okay, whenever you run a politics, you campaign and divide the people. You cannot unite them after you win the election. Now decided now the way Maada Bio got wrong, right? When I tell you, say why I left her, I was alone. People thought I was crazy. I said no. In good conscience, I cannot associate with this. It's gonna crash, right? Because when you run a government, this is not a people, 7.5 million people, and then you have less than half of the country. They help you for make the country. Then you get more than about 60%. You they treat them bad. You they tell and say they're not to Sierra Leonean there. You they say they're not terrorists there. What are you gonna do if they undermine you? This is the result. Now you they get a good leader rallies everybody on board. You understand? When Maada Bio take over, if it be mean good, some of which for don't join Madam Elizabeth. Now, wait, check the appointment. How can me in good conscience, tell you go and hand over a whole economy to JJ Block? So when you come by appointment the first, you're putting the people that were not qualified, people that don't even understand. JJ Blood, when SLPP be in a power, but because that's the one for activate the youth wing of the Southeast, then decide say that they go get a job now World Bank, right? And prisoner, you know them, then join job then they now for make the president or the vice president or the minister call the World Bank man, then they put you there. After when SLPP lost power, if JJ Blood had education, right, he could have found a job. Did he find a job? No, we all know how JJ Blood is situation. He should all be banned. You understand it? So this man say qualify. It's just like me, Prince. If I say I want to run an economy, you understand it? They are the work per hour in America. You understand? That means I can't even. I don't know if I'm clear. I didn't get you, Prince.
Yeah, Paunga, we'll get for pause you. We get another caller quickly. And another call coming. That one they go get for wait. Okay, sir, you can identify yourself quickly and waiting at your name. Who's you the call from, please?
Well, it's coming from hello.
Yeah, we hear you live. Your name and who's you the call from, please, sir? Hello.
Well, it's now Mr. Lamin.
Yeah.
You call from Sierra Leone.
Okay, Mr. Lamin, thank you very much, sir. Go ahead. The floor is all yours.
It's now Lamin, and they call from Sierra Leone.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, please.
May God help the country, Mama Salon.
Amen.
I just want to put some reference straight.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Lamin. Would they hear you? Would they hear you, sir?
I want to put some record straight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my brother talks President you can have power through tribalism. But even though you not bring, yeah, I get you. Okay, fine. Even though you not bring any evidence for substantiate the argument or say President you can be through tribalism. No. President you ever campaign through tribalism. You know campaign through tribalism. Because he campaign through nationalism, now he make across the country the vote for him. Now let me just talk about the violence. When certain citizens portraying the country today, we not be happy yesterday. Yeah, go look at Tumbo.
Yeah.
Tumbo.
Yeah, go on, Mr. Lamin, will hear you. You go forget about watching the program now, because I guess you did try for do one at the same time. Just do the conversation.
Yeah, we get lockdown, Tumbo.
Yep.
So before the last day to lockdown, somebody will base now. Okay.
Please, the line they break more, no waste time too much.
Listen, Mr. Lamin, quick one. Mr. Lamin, hang on. Mr. Lamin, hang on. Forget about watching the program. You did live. Just continue for talk because we hear you. Instead of you, they pause, they watch and listen other side. Yeah? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I don't want to the program.
Okay.
Now we look at what's happening to Tumbo. Tumbo, now a stage-minded protest, now a political protest. What make us so some of people at the ground for good we find the investigation.
Yeah.
Now the last day of the lockdown, we don't get information from some. When they incite the people that say, we are coming out, we are born this, we are do this. If you are mad at the field now, we are go tell them. You understand? Now, if the chairman, when a cash on our code, when they from the NDC, don't go tell you man say, since now 100 votes came with the water, let 15 votes go there. We'll get wait for arranger, we'll get wait for solve that problem. But they fail for it already. All of the sudden, they will attack police station, will attack the hospital, where how many thousand people will they go? Where Napana hospital they depend on. That hospital they depend on. So what did they do? They burn down the hospital. Where they give the cross, plenty of people and they suffer.
Ask her what's in question. We all know what's happened. What's in question? Just ask the question.
Okay, now for round them up quickly, yeah, because all that caller then wait, yeah.
Okay, sir.
No worries.
Okay, sir. Let me talk about it. The president don't point out by any political party as a terrorist. The president point out by certain people when it comes to government country. A lawless citizen, Baba citizen. Now get people the president.
Please, that's not a question. May I ask a question?
If you don't want people to
Okay.
if you don't want government property,
Okay.
if you don't want people if you make you come to citizen, they feel uncomfortable.
That is wrong. That's not the point. Not so, sir, Mr. Lamin. That's the point. That is wrong. In other words, now people and they do this to the government, and the government they try and best. Not so, sir.
Yes, but the NPC come up now and say the president don't tell them say they're terrorists.
Okay, that's all right. Now you see, I don't give you enough time. I know why you feel say I cut you off and you make a good point. Now 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Now you don't spend that's too much. Others anyway, yeah. Please, Mr. Lamin, try to understand. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Prisma, just continue with Elizabeth. This is a question. Because he has
Mr. Yembe points away, including all our very important points, just that is sort of ruling.
Okay. So Madam Yembe, the country, when Bio take over, you look at that.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, you want to continue to the program?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you go get for turn you gadget where you watch the program on all the way down to 0 so that we'll be able to understand you.
Okay, definitely I will do that.
And if you can quickly identify your name and who side you call from, and then the floor is yours if you can make them quick, please. Yeah, brother.
Okay. Me now Marcus Levy, I call from London, UK.
Marcus Levy.
I don't follow me brother Paunga for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Not only when we travel camp overseas, but even when we've been in abroad.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got a few questions from my brother, one or two.
Sure.
I wanted my brother, you see in politics, there are so many things where people they come and say so many things that social media is fine because we all get a social media platform. But what I really want to know is, what they really substantial way since we don't go America where they don't do for some people, because saying all these good ideas is fine, it's beautiful. I can come online and say the same ideas. But what they really don't do with substantial and salon, go particular outside income, because we come on number 2, that they tell us say I'm one very well, then to grow up in the same area. Because this is my neighbor section.
Yes, and the points, Levy. Go to the points, please. Yeah, or that's it. They don't do. Okay.
In general, with all these good ideas, where you will bring away, if you go back, people will really look at and say, this is what Paunga has done, and he has come to continue from what he has done.
Okay, very good point. Many thanks, Mr. Levy. Mr. Paunga, they hear you, and I saw it sure say they take notes and you will address them subsequently. Many thanks for watching, brother. Bye-bye.
It's all right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Yeah, ma just now somebody will sabi me and Marcus. Now me residential home na Bobo Combo. Okay, just after the bridge by Islamic school. Now they we build for with daddy. You understand? So me and you then at the same community now. Me residential area address so me picking in the na Bobo Combo. Also you born and grow up now. Okay. So now it asked me, say, waiting substantially, I don't do. Okay. Privately, what are the happy people? It's not something I talk in public. You understand? Because when somebody comes to you, ask you favor, not to make you explain our public. When I'm sure he's asking, like in terms of investment, Prince, just like what I said, the system is broken. Take for example, you want to bring jobs for delivery, like I have a delivery company. You understand? Eh? What are you manufacturing that we go pull and what can go be company and go hire where them go pull from Bo, go left on a McKinney, or from Bo, go left on a
okay,
Peter.
Paunga, because you get for pardon me, because we get for wrap up quickly. This last caller be asked you something specific, and there seems to be a deviation away from there, which is if I understand where you're going. I mean, they talk about something tangible way you don't do, and from what you explain so now,
they say
the atmosphere is not conducive enough for let you impact the country in that way.
The structures not, physical. Where you want to go investment not to charity. You understand?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The atmosphere not conducive. So we can move on to Madam Yembe and the caller after the Lamingai, but you can also all of them together.
Yeah, so Madam Yembe be they talk about one that they undermine Maada Bio. One now be they say Maada Bio, when you get 2 hands, okay, and you just think say this hand in a salon. So why does they go up? What do you think this one get for do? You understand? Eh? They go for try for bring you can down. So as a leader, now you want everybody for the on board. It doesn't matter whether the person is local, it doesn't matter whether the person is Limba, whether the person is Mende, as long as we are all Sierra Leonean. We cannot hold similar political views, one in unison. You understand? Eh? It's not possible. But when you don't win, you go above that pettiness. You understand? Eh? But Maada Bio, he is so petty. The guy behaves like me 11-year-old girl picking says and all the years old. Then they ask him about Salon, the Auditor General, this is national office, now my business. Who cares about your wife? Who voted for her? You understand? He doesn't even know that all the things that Fatima they do, they are unlawful. Fatima Bio is not part of any state institution. You understand? Fatima is just your wife. she shouldn't even take money from the consolidated fund, because consolidated fund now we money. You understand? So then the other question we ask is say the APC.
I mean, for call back in 10 minutes, the man just they develop a couple of things, they're not answered and done it. Call back in 10 minutes, but I will take your call, yeah? Right.
Then it ask say it's in a parliament, the APC they do nothing. That I agree with her. I'm not who say it makes sense, I agree. You understand? And I want to tell people in a salon, people don't even understand why make which all what they happen, they don't go lay Maada Bio and complain. You understand them? But in as much as we not allow Maada Bio for do what he want to do, but nobody listens to that money cost where they make. You understand? Like how would they win, and the international community would they complain. You understand? Because some of us gives the reality on the ground. You take, for example, as a result, we bring this conversation, this program. Maybe we talked the other day in the background. You get APC parliamentarians. These same guys, when in a parliament, like where Elizabeth will talk. Maada Bio appoint Mende now Salwako, they go there approval. Maada Bio appoint Mende minister. They all they go there approval. They know the object. Maada Bio appoint everywhere Mende. Jericho Kodena parliament, now leader of the minority in the house. Does he caucus in members of parliament? No. Does he even caucus C4C leadership in parliament? No. Does he even caucus NGC leaders in parliament? No. You guys are in the opposition. Instead of NGC chairman, they go to public, they go and say, this government here don't divide the country. You are in parliament. That is why the people sent you there for Mekuna representing a parliament. You guys come together. You can even refuse for approve a budget. It happens in the US during Obama time, during the Trump time. No, so when the Republicans they say if not Democrats in a power, they say this is what we want. You don't agree that 2/3 majority what you want in a parliament. We not agree. Pass you give and take. No, so but they don't do it. Then they go approve all the rubbish Maada Bio they do. Then they come to the streets, they hypnotize the boys who don't even understand how government they run. Then they go cause mommy cause. You understand? And when you cause mommy cause, when you, member of parliament, don't fight for you in a parliament, you go on for be lawless, the government gets a responsibility for restore order. Now that society, even in America, even in Britain, Prince, you know that one they know so. That one, I will tell anybody, say, if you become lawless, as long as we not remove Maada Bio, he has the duty, the responsibility to make sure, say, he hold the country together. Okay,
Paunga, well said. Let me run through some comparative analysis dealing in retrospect with waiting Sister Elizabeth Yembe say, which you don't deal with, but I just want to ask a few, tactful questions. In other words, comparative. So yes, whilst I agree with them, and you also say that the opposition in business now for oppose, we might have issues in terms of the way out and they oppose. If they go to the extreme and begin for undermine government and capacity in a physical sense, like cutting of cables, where they undermine the progress. Then throw the capital punishment at them, do some investigative background, and throw the weight at them. But let me look back to the very beginning of this government, Paunga. Let me look at waiting play out in a parliament. Can we begin from there? I mean, some of us we like for go back, but waiting play out in a parliament and all of the other things the way you don't say, give rise to some of the things the way we see. So both sides, we can equally point fingers at both sides. Will that be a good characterization of the situation?
Okay, yeah. So what I see, you see, in as much as I get.
Let me take this call, Paunga. Hang on. Sure. Yeah, caller. You want to contribute to the show? Yes. If you can just name your name, please, and who say you call from, please, and if you can make a nice and sweet, please. Whose side?
Nigeria.
Oh, Oh, Algeria. Okay, a lot brilliant. How you do, brother? You okay there?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank God. You get something for the guest, or you just want to make a general contribution? Please go ahead quickly, please.
Okay. One question. This man, because what they go to the whole of the country right now, man, will understand. You understand? But they are please, I want to let the man who tell me, Billy Maada Bio, in a citizen of the country.
If not citizen of the country? No, but we all know say na citizen. If not to be citizen, he cannot be a president. The first thing on there. Any other question where you get?
Because you know that I will ask this question, so. Because you know we was saying citizen because you the whole republic, you understand?
Right.
Because the way the whole republic, you understand? Then I don't look see say you can go on the people in the country. Because they always say that you are supposed to get in there. They need to pick in the eye, pick in the name of respect. Okay,
Almami. Point noted, and the guests don't hear it and they maybe go up much on a small. The idea we try for make the president of the feeding picking, and so therefore the fitiai de boku. Many thanks, my brother. You look after yourself and happy Ramadan. Bye-bye. Oh dear. Another call, Paunga. Hang on. This guy contributes earlier. I don't call 5, 6, 10. Brother Lami. Hello? Brother Lami?
Hello.
Yes, you call first, you make a lengthy contribution, and you don't call past 6 or 10, so I compel for pick up the call, and I sure say you want to say something good, but if we can make it short and quick, please, time.
Yeah, this next time, invite me directly because I get Zoom.
Okay. So now, but if you don't call me later, send me message. It's not a problem. I will send you an invite and we can work out something because you self get a point of view. Yeah, no worries at all. Send me a message so I not go forget. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let me just start with and the
Oh, Chroma SLPP. Okay, Chroma SLPP. Okay, no worries. Chroma SLPP, some issues. We don't run out of time, Chroma, and I promise you that I will bring you come on the program because you get many things for say. This not go do for you. I can feel. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, go on quickly. Go on quickly. 50 seconds, please.
Okay, thank you. Let me come to we talk about the issue of violence. You understand?
Please now move forward. I may ask questions. Now questions they ask.
Waiting at the question, Chroma SLPP. You don't say this. It was politically motivated. You see, you need for explain and time no day. Question to the guest.
The question we will not see the president campaign on division. They bring for me any evidence.
Okay. Okay, at least down in a question. Okay, now question and we get them. Thank you very much, Brother Lamin. We will talk. So, Paunga, you are address this issue because
Chroma one spirited SLPP supporter. You understand?
Okay, yeah, I feel the spirit. Now, before time it called the program,
yes,
so yeah,
it's normal. So now we move on with.
Okay, yeah. I will
move on. Yeah. So in Parliament, you get APC get representation. You understand? No political party has no right. Political party no get no right to go inside the members' kit. We get laws. That's why they created Parliament. When you have grievances, you go to Parliament. And when we don't go, if they say majority, in democracy, not the majority, when they don't lose the votes in Parliament, you move on, you accept and move on. Take, for example, now America, they get all this evidence against Donald Trump. They voted down the House, they impeached him. There was nothing he could do about it, right? He allowed the process to go to the Senate, when at the upper house. Now they say get majority. When you go there, the thing failed. The thing failed, they accepted it. You don't see Democrats, they're going to get, they incite their members, right? That is how democracy works. For example, waiting Claudius, one I don't know whose political party where in political party they go tell citizens the men not participate in census. You don't do that. You understand? You are undermining the very democracy where you want for right on for make you come to power. You go to parliament, you discuss your issue. Now they una de bade, like who say bade. Now they political parties they bade. But in parliament, they approve all the budget where SFPP they come with. They approve all the nominations where Maada Bio they send. And then you want to come to the street and then tell the young people that, you understand? For go challenge government. No, you don't do that. That is wrong. That is wrong. Until we remove Maada Bio and establish a legitimate government, he remains the president of Sierra Leone, no matter whether I like it or not.
Okay, Paunga.
You understand?
Fambule, we know say people and they join as we come towards the end. So we just want to make una for understand, say we get a very special guest in the studio. We don't need much of an introduction because he's well known within the annals of social media. He's none other than Mr. Paunga Sesay, and he did on the then and now platform Media Empire. And me when I the host this evening, this night, this morning, wherever in the world you watch, my name is Prince Emil Kroma. And we talk about issues of national concern. And this particular month, we call them Independent Month. Independent Month, we talk about where we came from, where we are, and where we go. How we manage to arrive, where we did, and how we did so. So when they read different colors then from around the globe, they help we for understand or ask question to Marnoh Sesay. We the man, he don't make in case. Even myself, you know, I don't listen to very, very keenly, I can say. Another thing I want to let Fambule know is during this Independent Week, if you will understand, or Independent Month, the entire month of April, Paunga just happened for be one of the guests. There are many other guests that we get for come on, or shows that we get for come on. As soon as I can see in my background, we get the Africanist Press, one of the editor them, the famous whistleblower, Mr. Cherno Alpha Mba, will be on this program. I can tell you now on the 26th. This will be on the eve of independence. And we get to talk about many things, obviously. Retrospecting 1961, pre-1961, post-1961, where we are, why we are, where we are. Cherno Alpha Mba will be on the program, and we get to talk about this thing. And during this program, we get Baku people that we get for call. Some heavy stakeholder them. We don't send messages around, including government officials. We hope say some of them will take the opportunity because it's just on reflecting, you know, about the national cause, where we are and how to go forward. It's an obligation on them part. We hope say them will call. But we'll get a few names that we get for call, social media people them. Would they expect Jesmed and Suma for call? We expect Dr. Bernadette Lahai for call, Dr. Jonathan Sandy for call, Umfaji Ali, all the political parties, and this is the way we've done it. So it's a configuration of ideas that now one puts together. Two heads better than one. But tonight, we get Paunga Sesay where they help we for understand where we are in terms of national development. Paunga, we hear from 75-85% of the guests that we call, they look for a kind of a balance, or say the attacks them on government are kind of scathing, and some of them are not really necessary, and some of them we have to look on the other side. Will you say we're not a look on the other side? Will you say government has called this thing upon themselves? For example, the opposition might undermine government in terms of economics. You've spoken a lot about that, but the government still get an onus for fending way around, and are their own business than they for fending way around. But we see the economy they go from bad to worse.
Just like what we say, Maada Bio, now only alone we kind vulnerable society, you get that kind in as a leader. You understand? That is why we, you know, when you watch not only Salon, you go to Liberia, you go to other countries, them, right? Recently there was an election Uganda. So I be one of the people that where the US government want for stand from an Africa perspective, plus we educated, we're not elite. You understand me?
Yeah.
And I told the guys, how can you make Bobby Wine a president? You're gonna have a Maada Bio kind. You understand? When you would talk about government, this is people their lives. You are talking about prospective investment that way for running to billions for can create opportunity. Would I go watch Maada Bio in kind? Get $1 billion for keep. You understand?
On a situation I can lead to that, Paunga, again, I'm not able for Bia for let you do, situation can lead to that. So the symptom of this situation, yeah, why not identify them and nip on the board?
And now they
come to that point there.
So now that make you see me know the insight, nobody. What I say, everybody wake you ask me, I say, no, go sit down. Removing Maada Bio has nothing to do with you out there. You know, there's no way for contribute. You understand? And I mean, nobody gonna street. Una just we get me on way when me feel say that's how you remove a sitting government, and we are getting there. You understand? The Usa the country day, Prince, it's pathetic. Imagine, was it last year? Maada Bio go Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. This is a bank that was established, I think, in the early 1970s. I think 73 or so. You understand? And after 1973 to 2020, the profit for the whole year, $500,000. You see Maada Bio team in short one, so I say holy check in the bluff $500,000. What can $500,000 create in an economy? Prince. Judge Blo no even sabi, Maada Bio no even sabi the importance of financing in an economy. Prince, just like they say the structures. For make Akikana Saluma, ask all the banks there. I say, when I tell me what you know, operating income. Sierra Leone Commercial Banking operating income, I doubt if you reach $100 million. Do you understand? All the money they play with. You watch Roque Commercial Bank, I doubt if you reach $100 million. You watch the Echo Bank there, right? All the banks that we put together, the operating income is probably $1 billion. You understand? That tells you not only this money available. If Prince, you get idea self for make motokana salon now, which is how $1 billion will create a motor plant in salon. You understand? Eh? So if me self get competing idea, go for loan, go for financing. You understand? It's not available. You go right now and
so Paunga, I know say you don't address this issue in a different way, and you are very critical of the current government, even the past one. But let me be direct a little bit. Corruption then, corruption now. What's in your view? Give me some direct view.
But now the same thing happen, man. You understand? Eh? Me as far as me concern, APC, SLPP, now two bad brothers they will get. You understand? Eh? Now the same mama born we. You understand? Eh? They man they are native money. They all bad back native money. You understand? This why make people the thief? The quick matter is that they fight corruption. I say you're not fighting corruption. Me uncle will help for educate me. Right now, the deputy commissioner and anti-corruption. You understand? Eh? He says, so take it the vex. I say, you want uncle, you vex. I'm not fit you. I respect you as my uncle, but this is wrong, and in good conscience, I cannot support you. You understand? One, the laws then broken. You understand? Eh? Two, you go to call system and processes.
Yeah.
I get books and I already talk about lean management. So, for example, how you hire a teacher? You see the vulnerability. How you hire police officers? You see the vulnerability. Which kind of teacher you want for hire? Waiting at the training. You see the vulnerability. How bribery will take place? No, so take for example in America. Prince, what you want social security number? You see the person. You see the people who say they pay to them. You see the with the you know the America. You the UK. Like when you're in the UK, you want to go print your NI card. Do you see anybody physically for get money for big payment?
No, system.
So you see, they created the system. I can make you get a passport without you not coming at any office. I can get a driver's license right now without going. I can renew my driver's license.
Why is it Paunga? Paunga, this not something where myself can marvel, where we can marvel at. And hence the question we beg at the question at 60 years on, you see, we cannot lay the blame honestly, squarely on one doorstep alone. This now across decades and decades.
Of course, now decades. Anes Koma, they all. Now make I say me, I don't forgive Anes. And when they remove Maada Bio, I say Anes. Now in the come, you see where Anes they go out of the country. I always talk. I say Anes is going to be the special envoy on trade, right? Because he was now caused Maada Bio in presidency. Now he creates most of the mess. Now he really because after Pataba, we were not perfect, but we don't begin take off. You understand, eh? Pakaba in 10, you know, get Musa Tahali, the Kenya ministerial office. It's not possible. You understand, eh? Now, I understand, make Samsumana there, or Samsumana don't live in Minnesota. They deal with Anes as vice president. That guy could even understand why they get social security number in America. You understand?
So, Paunga, I mean, criticism upon criticism, and most likely born out of necessity. But is there something positive for look at this current time?
Of course. So for example,
Julius Maada Bio government, is there something that we can actually point to where we'll give the people of Sierra Leone some note of optimism?
No hope, no day, man. That's Prince, Sierra Leone is broken. You understand that? I can tell people and say, if you don't get Paunga in kind, it doesn't have to be me. You understand them? But if you get Paunga in kind, if you don't run salon, it will take 200 years, Sierra Leone going to be broken.
Most people will say that's a degree of arrogance.
No, I make I say not. It doesn't have to be me, but you must have my kind. Plus, the way they think out of the box. Prince, I will give you plenty of examples. When it comes to the economy, now, I mean, I'll be the first person to show people and say you need these structures. How many people are there in England? Whenever I understand why make them get an NI number. You understand, eh? How many, for example, when it comes to the land tenure system, that's alone. For ages, create an able buy land, foreign and able buy land outside of Freetown. Wouldn't the person where highlight that problem there? I said, this is a structural problem. This is a legal problem. This way they hold the whole housing industry. You understand, eh? To ransom. Why? If you go now Magboroka, the indigenes, they don't have jobs, but they get the land. You understand, eh? And they don't get, because they're poor, they don't get nothing to do with this land. You're going to allow other people to come in. You understand? For example, Prince, right now, like where let me be they say Paunga, who substantial you don't do nabo, right? How can I bring a partner for can build houses nabo when that partner they cannot own land? You think he's gonna put in money where the land a Paunga getter? If me and him fall apart in business, they will go to court. You understand that? They say me and Paunga will get investment as a loan, will get houses. Then they look the paperwork. The law in Sierra Leone say, Paunga lawyer say, no, party man, you cannot own land outside of Freetown. So all the houses will get above. Let me get that. Who stupid investor they go join Paunga for go build house nabo, for example, on a Kenima, on a Magoroka, on a Lunsar. So
okay,
all this,
Paunga,
no, might just run up on this one, right? Why make me like that contract for a table for deliver dishwashers, electric cooker or gas cooker with refrigerator, and all the apartment the way that they build within 1 hour of Cedar Rapids radius. You understand that? Now, why make that happen? Because they are building apartments. You understand it? So how many apartments where they build now, McKinney? No. So all the flooring material where they for make within the economy, it's not existing. All the lights that they shine.
Yeah, Marnoh, I get one final question for you, and you get
okay.
You get quite a lengthy time, because 5 minutes of talk, that's a lot of talk. But you can see we plan time even gone way beyond, and that tells you how the program they can go. And I can see you still get enough energy for go more and more. Anyway, Fambulem, una not forget. Tomorrow we get a decorated Sierra Leonean go there on the platform on the Melvin Medziga show, and then Mr. Collins we get for dinner the program. Now a Nigerian, a Sierra Leonean Nigerian actor, they don't make over 50 films. In fact, tomorrow I understand that they show one of his films them on Sky TV. So if we get the information, we go pass them on, but then they're on tomorrow. The day after, which is on a Thursday, we do have Alfred Cashbox, Salon Cashbox and Co. The Maui can talk about economic problems made simple. Just made Suma for the on the program very soon. This is a package of programs for this particular month where we call Independence Special. And on the 26th, which is the eve of Independence Day, 60 years of independence, we've invited and is accepted, and I can tell you and I say yes, that Mr. Cherno Alpha Mba will be on the program. And during that program, they would expect to get calls from huge stakeholders them and from people and from all walks of life. Some of the calls will be restricted because we go on here Mr. Ba in own position where he gets lately. The biggest whistleblower for come out of Sierra Leone. But tonight we get Mr. Paunga Marnoh Sesay, and we're about to wrap the program. But just before I wrap, I want last step. The portrait of the woman who was seen at the background, now in birthday today, Mrs. Gladys Pratt Cromer. And this woman happened for being none other but my wife. And I think that they do myself a great favor. And I will therefore forgive me. But I want to use this opportunity for telling you all thank you. All them we wish them a happy birthday from the Den and Now platform and personally from me, Prince Cromer. Again, thank you very much. And maybe a word self will come up from later on tomorrow morning. Tonight we get Paunga. And Paunga, the final question to you. We've talked about complex issues. And some of them, you make them sound so simple in terms of fixing a broken country. And sure enough, you agree, say not easy. But if we go get for talk about solutions, practicable solutions, cogent one, tangible one, instituting policies which go work for the good of Sierra Leone, promoting social development, where we people then go benefit from, amenities, some of them where you talk about whether housing, running water, electricity, and etc. What do we need to do? What's in the contact between we the people and we government the way we elect vis-a-vis the government and we the people? On final thoughts, Paunga.
Prince, leadership is everything. You understand? Leadership is everything. Prince, you go find out, say, me and you will grow up, we'll get people them way, we'll get party the way they be, the papa then gets passed with papa. The mama then be get good position, public service pass with your mama then. You understand? But you know I make you able for maker in life, and me able maker in life, now the kind of leadership where we start to experience from the home. As a country, no matter how the country wretched, no matter how broken the people are, if you have the right leadership, it will inspire the people, it will able for build trust, it will able for build a system, right? So, for example, what happened na IPAM? Somebody say, oh, where did speaking? I say, no, you're gonna understand the social, waiting for the whole institution together. Trust not be done. You have an institution who say the teacher there, they yarn the school picking there, then they lie for there. You understand that? So within the inner feeling of the students, then they cannot trust even the lecturers. You understand that? Because if they trust them, Prince, me and you will be small, small. Don't they clean so? No, so
yeah.
Sometimes, like me, why be there from 4? Things were hard. My mom had to convince me for wearing shoes for going to school. I probably wear it. They call me a listener class. You know why? Because my mama I trust my mama say, when the next payment come, it go buy shoes for me. And when the next payment come, it buy shoes. My mama able for make I believe say, that laugh where they laugh me, it doesn't really matter. You understand, eh? That some people in the way they laugh me, they're not going to make in life. But that shoes, not when they make in life. Now I will continue for go school, I'll continue for pay attention. If I don't go to school because of school, I'm not because of shoe, I'm not going to make it. So that trust for them between the leader and the people that they govern, then the leader is supposed to get some amount of intellect, some amount of integrity, some amount of discipline. You understand? Because if you don't have the intellect, how can you even spot the problems and able to explain, internalize, and explain to the people? For example, I can get all the paramount chief. You understand? I explain to them why make we learn tenure system we get me for liberalizing. When they know the benefit, when they behind liberalizing that land there for make skyscraper map there, for make a highway campus, because businesses get for prosper. The reason why make cannot dirty, the reason why make it go out waiting happen so, because the people and where they gonna cannot where they seek, they not get the money, Prince, for pay for make them can provide good services. When you keep the people poor, you do you say. For example, please me and you, would they overseas? Your kids can be educated and they become a lawyer or medical doctor, then go class alone. Brad, the people over there they go for treatment at the hospital, then poor, they not get a job. Brad, they will pay picking. You understand eh? So if you not the minister, you be the thief, you say you have 40% picking na Cambridge. For me, go read law, there you come, and the country is broken, businesses they not they work. At the end of the day, how much where possible for bail, where possible bring case to you girl picking? How much then they pay? 2 million because that person they in monthly paycheck now form something at 3 million or something not even get job. You understand eh? So you need that leadership when no waiting for do. Now make it see me, I don't get problem with party the way they do tribalism. I always tell us say wrong, but I don't hold it personally against them. I hold it against Maada Bio because the butt stopped with him. You understand eh? I have employees, they keep fat, then they disagree. You understand eh? But now me they go on the next step. You understand eh? Couple of times. I don't get employees that they go first. I put it all two. I say, guys, today on our two to go. I'm not going to change nobody. We're not going to find a way for work around on our two. You understand? Eh? If we're not going to work today, you plaba on our two, when they lost the job. So the fear of not losing that job, then they find a way to get around themselves. Everybody they respect themselves. Before you know, in 1 week, then what they see now, that person they trust money from the company. Say, hey, buddy, do you have $5? You understand? I say, hey, so now they lend money for it. Then they laugh. So you see the leadership where they provide. So the perspective why they give that, they tell and say, hey, not for me no more. When they go work, this not for put food at the table. So when this person here wrong you, remember say, when you go home, you need to pay the bill at the end of the month. So remember you work, how you like you work. Remember you pick it, how you like you pick it. You want to provide food, right? So then you background. So you see the perspective why they give there. So that is the perspective. You need that leader where they go team up now, McKinney, and tell the people and say, hey, anybody where can I if you talk to him, you know they talk to him, but if you can't talk to him and he tell you say you forget the man. Tell and say, pa, yeah, we'll go forget factory. We want them to go build a factory to the many people because what we make now, the many people need to get money for me they able to buy the goods or they make na McKinney. You understand eh? So then the many people for able to understand say the northerners they need factories there so that they say will get job so that when we make the building material there, they're going to use the building material on the houses where they build na McKinney if the people not able for pay rent.
Right.
So you need that leader. Yeah, so please, to conclude, you need that leader where they able to identify the problems and get solutions. Leadership is about problem solving. If you cannot solve problems, you are not a leader. People only elect person as a leader for can solve the problems.
If you cannot solve the problem, you're not a leader. That was
you're not a leader.
I'm going to stop on, but something just occurred to me just now. I can't let you go without asking you this directly. And 1 minute, Paunga, your view on 2023, because you talk about the removal of this president long before it sound very mature. You keep the talk about removal now, but it seems like the dates don't change, and probably you don't reckon with the president's unconstitutional authority, which is derived as a mandate from the people, which will end sometime in 2 years when the people shall go to the polls. Is that the mark now? What are your view generally about 2023, please?
Prince, I can tell people and say, I know give you exact date. Very soon, Maada Bio. You remember Gaddafi? Where they want to remove Gaddafi. Gaddafi wanted to make his removal very messy. You understand? So what did they do? Then give a ceasefire first. Then they reevaluate the plan and counter strategy. Then they launch the attack. And when they launch the attack, what happened? In less than 1 week, they get out. You understand? Last year, the only thing I say, you get unforeseen circumstances. You get to tribal makeup, Maada Bio, not to about Maada Bio. You can remove Maada Bio. For remove president, you only need the international community, Prince. Now three things you need for take format. As you take them 3 things, then the government don't collapse. You understand? Eh? Just the ability for collect taxes, because when you not get money, you know, for people, nobody listen to it. You understand? Ability for use force, whether the military and police. You understand? But you know what will happen when you not prepare the people in mind. You understand? Then at that night, now that be lagging. You're gonna have the people that don't understand. Like last year, you see the many people in the other villages, right? Therefore, they understand and say, now and Escoma no one give Maada Bio chance, now APC no one for give Maada Bio chance. They say how Elizabeth they all they interpret the situation also. They say, hey, na APC, na APC. You understand? So if you go ahead, what's gonna happen? There was gonna be a spontaneous reaction at the southeast. And Prince, I want the leadership for fix problem for the people. Who are these people? Some are northerners who they even live in the southeast. Do I want them to die? No. Have I seen that happen before? Yes, during the war. You understand? I see ordinary northerners there. Then die. I get party there. The person who host North America. What to make it left boy? You understand? Because Kamajo then take over us. In the whole society of them be there. Who be there number 17 and number 18? Do I want to see that thing? No. The district commander will be there for Kamajo business. No, the Maada Bio be sent for go arrest and Escoma. I had to tell Kenneth there. I said, Kenneth, go back. You understand? And Escoma no get no hand in that one day. So then I realized, why don't talk with Kenneth? I talk with other people there. I realize, say, they have the wrong perspective. So the only way we will forget that one day, now for allow the temperature cool down, which we've done, you understand? And take from the thing from another angle.
Okay.
But when election they can here, it's the best. You know why?
No.
So now it don't take 3 years. No, so 2 years. Some people they say, oh, give Maada Bio a chance. You understand? Prince Agobeti say the next 6 months, watch house are longer for them.
Okay.
And they bet you say, Prince, 6 months from now, right? After 6 months, if Maada Bio pay salary, call me and tell me, say, Paunga, you don't lie. You understand?
Well, yeah. Some people then go say, you're a prophet if it turn out for be true, but I don't think say you go look much of a prophet because if they're not generate and mobilize local revenue and they've been staffed internationally.
You know what? Now they say, you know why? Now they tell you, you know why? Because you see, me know from an intellectual perspective, I know sir would all lock. Okay. You understand? I know sir would all lock. So once we don't lock their side and they're not gonna forget, they're not for pay salary. They see right now whether they charge.
Paunga, we've come to a beautiful end to this program and we end up on a high note. I know the conversation time is never going to be enough. This is why we plan for Bring You Come again, because the national conversation is on Fambulem. This independent special from the 1st of April to the end of April, is day on. And we bring people from all walks of the Sierra Leonean life for can talk about we national country. Today, Paunga Marnoh Sesay will talk to, and I'm sure say you guys were not disappointed. Paunga, thank you very much, sir. I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much, Prince, and tell the mommy, thank you for we are. Make sure say you go now and make her happy, okay? Family them, we'll let alone. Una thank you for our time. Una love patience. Time go day. Very soon we'll get leader we care for the country. We'll go hold everybody together as Kumbra.
Thank you very much and good night. Goodbye. Family and I that so we don't done. We just left now with give vote because the numbers still swell 100.